Kody used to write me notes a lot in the early years, before Janelle was in the family, I think.
I'm sorry that our work is keeping us apart, but it will make us tough, and we do need to make some sacrifices. Keep your head up and a smile on your face. You are always so pretty when you smile. Keep a positive attitude through our trials, and you'll become a stronger person. The Lord wants us to be strong. If you get down because life is a little bit difficult, just remember how much I love you. That should keep you warm inside. I love you tons and gobs. Your mates for life and eternity, Kody Brown.
This box is literally just the very beginning. He has written me so many notes and letters over the years.
Welcome back to Reality Tea, where we dive into the most unexpected, emotional, and downright surprising sister wives moments ever captured on camera. Today, we're stepping into one of the most nostalgic and jaw-dropping scenes from Meri Brown, a quiet afternoon that turns into a revelation no one saw coming. It starts in Meri's living room, the kind of scene that feels peaceful, almost too peaceful. A soft lamp glows beside her, and across from her sits her close friend, the kind of friend who's seen every chapter of her story. On the coffee table between them sits an old box, worn and taped around the edges, the kind of box that looks like it's holding more than just paper. Meri laughs softly, the sound edged with disbelief. "You're not gonna believe what I found," she says, brushing her fingers over the box lid. Her friend raises an eyebrow, already intrigued. "What did you find this time, Meri?" Meri smiles, almost shyly. "Love letters," she says. "From Kody. From before everything got complicated." Her friend's eyes widen. "Wait, Kody wrote you letters?" Meri nods, laughing again. "Oh, he did. He used to write a lot. Every trip, every big moment. Sometimes just because. I had forgotten how many until I found this box." Her friend reaches forward, lifting the lid carefully as if opening a time capsule. Inside, the letters are stacked neatly, dozens of them, some folded into worn envelopes, others just sheets of paper with Kody's handwriting. "Oh my gosh," her friend says, eyes wide. "There's a whole collection in here." Meri shrugs, but there's a faint blush on her cheeks. "Yeah, I guess he had a lot to say back then." Her friend pulls one out, unfolding it carefully. "Can I?" Meri hesitates, then nods. "Go ahead." The sound of paper rustles softly as her friend begins to read. "Meri," she starts, her voice shifting into a dramatic tone, "I miss your smile already. I keep thinking about how lucky I am that you're mine. Every time I leave, I count the days until I can see you again." She glances up, smirking. "Okay, I did not expect this level of romance from Kody Brown." Meri laughs, but there's something bittersweet in her eyes. "Yeah, he was different then." Her friend continues, flipping through another letter. "I can't stop thinking about you. I see your face everywhere. Even when I'm exhausted, I write just so you'll know I'm thinking about you." There's a pause, the kind that carries more meaning than words. Meri looks down at her hands, her smile softening. "He used to write like that a lot," she says quietly. Every word felt like a promise. Her friend's expression changes, less amused now, more reflective. "It's kind of wild, Meri. The way he wrote, it sounds like he was really in love." Meri nods, her voice calm. "He was. We both were. Before everything got tangled in the expectations and rules and other people." For a moment, there's silence, the kind that feels thick with memory. The camera zooms in on the stack of letters, the ink slightly faded, but the emotion still visible between the lines. Her friend breaks the silence. "Do you ever read them?" "Sometimes," Meri says softly, "when I want to remember who we were before the noise." Her friend smiles sadly. "You must have kept every one." Meri glances at the box, her voice tinged with irony. "Almost every one. Some got lost when we moved. But this," she taps the lid. "This is what's left of what used to be love." The friend picks up another letter, this one older, with creased edges and a faint coffee stain. She starts reading it out loud. "Meri, don't ever forget what we have. No matter what happens, I'll always write you. You're my home." Her voice trails off. "Wow." Meri chuckles softly, shaking her head. "Yeah, sounds like something out of a movie, doesn't it?" Her friend looks at her curiously. "Do you think he meant it?" Meri pauses, a long, thoughtful pause, then answers, "I think he did. At the time." That's the thing about sister wives. The moments that make you laugh are often the ones that make you think. The real emotion isn't in the drama, but in the quiet truths hiding behind a smile. Her friend reaches for another letter, but Meri stops her. "Not that one," she says quickly. The friend freezes. "Why? What's in it?" Meri smiles faintly, her eyes glancing away. "That one's a little too real. The tension hangs there, subtle but sharp. Her friend nods slowly and sets the letter down. You know, people forget that you two had a real love story once, she says. Meri nods. Yeah. It just got rewritten. There's another small silence, then the friend, still curious, picks up a letter from the bottom of the stack. What about this one? She asks. Meri doesn't answer. She just watches her friend unfold it. The paper is older, almost yellowed with time. Her friend begins to read, her tone shifting again. Meri, sometimes I don't know how to say this in person, but I need you to know, even when I get distracted, even when I'm distant, you're the one I think of first. The camera pans slowly to Meri's face. Her eyes glisten, not sadness exactly, but something deeper. Her friend lowers the page. That's actually really beautiful. Meri smiles softly. Yeah, it was. The moment lingers, a bittersweet calm between two women who've seen love at its best and its worst. The friend glances at the box again, eyes wide. Meri, how many letters are in here? Meri takes a slow sip of her coffee before answering. Honestly, I don't know. But this, she gestures toward the box, this is just the start. Her friend looks up. The start? Meri nods, her smile mysterious. There's more. A lot more. Her friend leans forward, her curiosity piquing. How many more? Meri lets out a quiet laugh. Let's just say, this is box number 1. The camera zooms in on her face, calm, composed, but her eyes say everything. The story isn't over. Not even close. The camera fades back in. Meri and her friend are still sitting in the same warm living room, but the energy feels different now. The laughter from earlier has quieted, replaced by something heavier, something almost electric in the air. The box of Kody's letters sits between them, open like a secret that's been waiting years to be told. Her friend tilts her head, eyes flicking toward Meri. You said this is box number 1, so how many are we talking? Meri exhales slowly, a soft, almost knowing smile curving her lips. More than you'd expect, she says. This isn't just a few old notes. It's a timeline. Every year, every phase, every promise. Her friend's eyebrows lift. A timeline of your relationship? Meri nods. Exactly. From when we were just starting out, all the way through the hardest years. You could trace the rise and fall of us through his handwriting alone. The friend looks down at the stack, hesitating for a moment before picking up one of the older, yellowing letters. The envelope is creased, the ink slightly smudged, as if it's been read and reread too many times. Meri, she begins softly, I know I don't always say it right, but you're the one who keeps me steady. You make this life make sense. She pauses, glancing up. This one sounds early, sweet, like when everything still felt new. Meri's eyes soften. That was before the show, before the attention, before it all started to change. Her friend looks curious. When did it change, Meri? There's a long pause. Meri looks at the box, her fingers tracing its edge. When words stopped being enough. Her friend studies her carefully, then picks up another letter. This one written in darker ink, the edge is newer. She unfolds it slowly, her voice changing as she reads. Meri, I know things have been hard lately. I miss how we used to laugh. I hope we can find our way back. She glances up, and this time, Meri doesn't smile. She just looks tired, like someone remembering something they've worked years to make peace with. That one, Meri says quietly, was from right after Christine left. He was trying to patch things up, but it wasn't really about us anymore. Her friend tilts her head. Then what was it about? Meri's eyes flicker with something unreadable, maybe sadness, maybe realization. Control, she says finally. He wanted to feel like someone still needed him. That's what those letters turned into. Not love, just reminders. The friend sets the letter down slowly, her fingers brushing the edge of another envelope underneath it. This one is sealed, the flap never opened. She frowns. Wait, this one's still closed. Meri looks at it, her face shifting. Oh, that one. The friend's eyes narrow. What's in it? Meri hesitates, then leans back. That's the last letter he ever gave me. I never opened it. The friend's voice softens. Why not? Meri looks at her, her tone even but fragile. Because by then, I already knew what it was going to say. And I didn't need to read it to know it wasn't the same. The air goes still, not dramatic, just deeply human. The kind of silence that makes you realize how heavy nostalgia can feel when it's mixed with truth. Her friend stares at the envelope. You've kept it sealed all these years? Meri nods. Some things are better left unread. But then her friend does something unexpected. Slowly, carefully, she picks up the letter, turning it over in her hands. You sure? She asks softly. Because what if it's not what you think? Meri looks down at the envelope, her fingers tightening around her coffee mug. I've thought about it, hundreds of times. Her friend tilts the envelope toward her. Then maybe, it's time. Meri looks up, locking eyes with her friend, and for the first time, you can see real uncertainty in her face. What if opening it changes the way I remember everything? She whispers. Her friend leans in, her voice barely above a whisper. Or what if it finally gives you closure? The camera zooms in on Meri's hands as she takes the letter. Her nails brush over the seal, her thumb trembling just slightly. I don't even know what I'd say to him now, she murmurs. The friend's voice cuts through softly. Maybe you don't have to say anything. Maybe just knowing is enough. Meri looks down again, the light catching on the faint shimmer of the paper. She inhales deeply, then begins to tear at the seal. The sound is sharp, fragile, final. Her friend leans forward, eyes wide, the room almost holding its breath. Meri unfolds the page, her eyes scanning the handwriting. Her expression changes, surprise, confusion, something close to disbelief. Her friend asks carefully, "What does it say?" Meri looks up slowly, her voice trembling. "It's not signed, but it's his handwriting." Her friend leans closer. "What's written in it?" Meri swallows, her gaze distant. "It says, some loves are meant to fade quietly, but never disappear." Her friend blinks. "That's heavy." Meri nods slowly. "It's not an apology. It's not goodbye. It's just an ending disguised as poetry." Her friend studies her. "How does that make you feel?" Meri folds the letter carefully, almost reverently. "Like maybe he already knew it was over before I did." The air in the room feels thick again, the kind of silence that means more than any line of dialogue. Then, just as the moment starts to settle, Meri's friend spots something inside the box, another smaller envelope, tucked beneath the rest. She frowns. "Wait, what's this?" Meri looks down, confused. "What do you mean? I thought we went through them all." Her friend shakes her head. "No, this one's newer. It's addressed to both of us." Meri freezes. "Both of us?" The friend nods slowly, holding it up so Meri can see. It says, "For Meri and her friend." Meri's eyes widen slightly. She looks caught between laughter and disbelief. "That doesn't make sense. Why would he write to both of us?" Her friend raises an eyebrow. "Only one way to find out." The camera zooms in again on the new envelope. Cleaner paper, darker ink, the handwriting unmistakably Kody's. Meri hesitates, staring at it like it might hold something she's not ready to face. Her voice breaks the silence. "He never mentioned this one. Not once." Her friend looks at her, then at the envelope. "Meri, do you want to open it?" The camera lingers on her face, a mixture of curiosity and dread, before fading to black. The scene opens right where we left off, Meri staring at that strange new envelope, her name written alongside her friend's. The room feels heavier now, quieter. Her friend leans in, voice barely above a whisper. "You ready for this?" Meri hesitates, then gives a small nod. The paper tears softly, and the letter unfolds between them. The handwriting is unmistakably Kody's, bold, fast, almost nervous. Her friend starts reading aloud. "To Meri and the one who listens, I know you'll both see this one day. Maybe when things look different." She pauses, glancing at Meri. "That's eerie." Meri's eyes narrow slightly. "Keep reading. I'm writing this because I never knew how to say what I really felt. Maybe I didn't deserve to be loved like that anymore, but part of me always hoped you'd remember the good parts. Not the ending, the beginning." Meri's hand tightens around her coffee mug, knuckles pale. "He knew exactly what he was doing," she says quietly. Her friend swallows. "And if you ever find this, Meri, tell the truth. Tell them I wasn't always cold." The room goes silent. The air almost hums with tension. Meri looks stunned, but not broken, more like someone who finally got the answer they weren't sure they wanted. Her friend sets the letter down gently. "He wanted this found." Meri nods, eyes distant. "Yeah, he wanted to be remembered a certain way." She looks at the box, then back at her friend. "But there's something he didn't realize." Her friend tilts her head. "What's that?" Meri takes a slow breath, her voice steady. "These letters don't just show who he was, they show who I used to be." Her friend smiles faintly. "And maybe who you've become." Meri leans back, the corner of her mouth lifting. "Maybe. But this," she taps the box, "this isn't the end." Her friend laughs nervously. "Wait, what do you mean?" Meri looks straight into the camera, eyes glinting with something between pride and mystery. "Because this," she says softly, "is just the first box." The camera zooms in on her face, steady, calm, but her eyes sparkle like she knows something we don't. The camera opens to a close-up shot, the letters spread across Meri's coffee table like a quiet explosion of memories. Her friend sits frozen, one hand still resting on the mysterious letter they just finished reading. Meri's expression has shifted. She's calm, but behind that calm is something deeper, something she's been holding back for a long time. Her friend breaks the silence first. "Meri, when you said this is just the first box, what did you mean?" Meri leans back in her chair, eyes flicking toward the old wooden cabinet in the corner of the room. There's more, she says simply. A lot more. I just didn't think I'd ever have to open them again. Her friend looks shocked. Wait, are you saying there's more letters? Like, a whole other set? Meri nods, her voice low. 4 boxes total. Each one from a different phase of our marriage. I kept them separated because each one feels like a different version of us. The camera lingers on her words, slow zoom on the single box in front of her, then pans to that cabinet she mentioned. It's locked, but a tiny brass key hangs nearby. Her friend looks toward it. And the others are in there? Meri hesitates before answering. Yeah, they've been in there for years. I told myself I'd never read them again. But now, her voice trails off. The tension builds with every second of silence. Her friend leans forward. You don't have to. I want to, Meri interrupts softly. If we're doing this, we might as well see it all. The moment feels heavy, almost cinematic. The friend watches as Meri stands, crosses the room, and picks up the key. The camera follows her hand as she unlocks the cabinet slowly, the faint metallic click echoing louder than it should. Inside, 3 more boxes, different sizes, but all marked with small pieces of tape labeled Early Years, Midway, and Final Chapter. Her friend gasps. You labeled them? Meri lets out a quiet laugh. I did. It helped me make sense of everything when I couldn't anymore. She sets the first of the new boxes on the table, the label, Midway, visible on the front. She opens it carefully, revealing another stack of envelopes, these older, the handwriting less neat, a little rushed. Her friend reaches for one. Can I? Meri nods. Go ahead. Her friend unfolds the letter and begins reading, her tone soft. Meri, I know things feel different. I don't know how to make it right. Maybe this is just what happens when we change, but I still care more than I can say. She looks up. He sounds lost. Meri stares at the paper. That's around the time he started to pull away. The letters got shorter, fewer, like he was writing out of habit, not love. Her friend glances through a few more, flipping quickly. You can actually see the change, she says quietly. His words started to feel distant. Meri nods, eyes locked on the letters. He was already gone long before he said it. The room goes silent again, a stillness that feels like grief and acceptance all at once. Her friend sets that stack down and reaches for another envelope. What about the last box? She asks cautiously. Meri looks uneasy. The one marked Final Chapter? Her friend nods. Meri takes a deep breath. That one's different. Those aren't love letters. They're the in-betweens. The ones where he was trying to explain everything that didn't make sense anymore. Her friend's curiosity sharpens. You mean, like the letters before the end? Exactly, Meri says softly. The ones that were supposed to make it easier. Her friend frowns. Did they? Meri shakes her head. No. They just made it harder to let go. She opens the Final Chapter box, pulling out a single thick envelope tied with twine. It's heavier than the others, more pages inside. Her fingers tremble slightly as she unties it. Her friend watches, eyes wide. What is it? Meri unfolds the first page, scanning the handwriting before speaking. It's dated right before the separation became official. She starts reading aloud. Meri, I don't know if I'm writing this to fix things or to make peace. Maybe both. You've been the beginning of everything I built. Even if I don't fit into your story anymore, I want to thank you for being part of mine. Her voice wavers, just a little. She lowers the paper, her expression unreadable. That's the kind of letter you don't know how to respond to. Her friend leans in gently. Did you ever write back? Meri shakes her head slowly. No, I didn't need to. The silence said enough. Her friend nods, understanding. But you kept them anyway. I did, Meri says quietly, because no matter how things ended, they're still part of who I was, who we were. Her friend looks thoughtful, then picks up one more letter from the same pile. This one looks newer, she says. It's not dated. Meri glances at it, frowning. I don't remember that one. Her friend opens it carefully and reads. Meri, if you're reading this, it means you kept them. All of them. I hope someday you'll forgive me for leaving the story half finished. Her voice falters. But if you're still reading, maybe the story isn't over. Meri sits perfectly still, her eyes glistening. Her friend whispers, do you think he meant that literally? Meri doesn't answer right away. She takes the letter back, staring at the handwriting, her lips pressing together. He always did have a way of leaving me with more questions than answers. Her friend leans closer. You think there's more? Meri looks at her, then at the cabinet. I don't know, she admits softly. But the thing about unfinished stories, they always have a way of coming back. The music swells softly, low piano notes, the kind that make your heart ache a little. The camera pans over the letters again, the ink, the folds, the years of emotion sealed into paper. Mary's friend reaches out, touching her hand gently. Do you ever wish you'd just thrown them away? Meri smiles faintly, her voice steady now. No, because those letters aren't about him anymore. They're about remembering who I used to be, before everything got complicated. The camera lingers on her face, warm light framing her features. But then, just before the scene fades, something catches her friend's attention. A small slip of paper, thin, folded twice, peeking out from under the lid of the final box. She picks it up slowly. Meri, this one's not in an envelope. Meri frowns. What is it? Her friend unfolds it, eyes scanning quickly, then freezing. Oh, Meri. Meri leans in. What? What does it say? Her friend looks up, her face pale. It's not from Kody. The music cuts sharply, leaving only silence. Meri blinks. Then who? Her friend swallows hard. It's from someone else, someone who knew about the letters. The scene opens in total silence. Meri's friend still holds the unfolded slip of paper, her hands trembling slightly. Meri leans forward, tension visible in her eyes. Who is it from? She whispers. Her friend takes a deep breath before reading. Meri, one day, these letters will mean more than they did when they were written. Keep them. They'll remind you of who you were, and who you still are. Meri blinks, stunned. It's not Kody's handwriting, she murmurs. Her friend nods. It's someone else, someone who knew about all of this. Meri exhales slowly, a small, reflective smile forming on her face. Maybe it doesn't matter who wrote it, she says quietly. Maybe it's just a sign that I'm finally ready to see it all for what it was, not love lost, but lessons learned. Her friend glances toward the cabinet, then back at Meri. Are you going to open the rest? Meri chuckles softly, her tone filled with that familiar calm resolve. Oh, I will, she says, eyes glinting. Because this, she taps the letter gently, is only the first one. She looks straight into the camera, her voice confident and steady. There's still a full box left. The screen fades out slowly as Meri's laughter echoes faintly in the background, soft, knowing, and full of unfinished stories still waiting to be told. Don't miss what's coming next. Subscribe to Reality Tea, turn on notifications, and stay tuned, because Meri's next letter might just reveal what fans never saw coming.